How's everybody doing today? This is A&R Podcast Productions. I'm McQuill.
I'm Romeo.
And you know what it is, A&R Podcast Productions. You know we back. You know we was gone for a minute.
That's right.
We was gone, but we back. We back doing our videos and stuff like that. So today topics, bro. We got to talk about Kanye's documentary. You know what Kanye was saying.
Oh, it was good. That was good. I saw that one.
We will definitely talk about that. We got the Browns. We got movies that come out this week and stuff like that. Of that aspect, a little bit about the gas prices and stuff like that because they pissing me off. So we can talk about that.
Tell them about it.
Talk about it. So first, let's talk about Kanye. Kanye has released a documentary, 3-part trailer about the rise. When he first to start out just as a producer and stuff like that, and I saw all 3 parts, and I will say that Kanye has earned some respect for me just because the way that he was able to hustle, the way that he said no, the way that he didn't take no as an answer, and the fact that he believed in himself so much, him being cocky and knowing the fact that okay, I can do what I do, but I know I can do more. Yeah. So I say, what do you think? What do you think of Kanye now after seeing the documentary? After seeing all the struggles and trial tribulations that he went through?
Well, there was a couple of things that I heard about Kanye before this, but it really did, it really did. I really did have respect for him in as far as grinding nonstop because people didn't believe him as an artist. Because he was super talented as a producer, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But as far as rapping wise, people wasn't taking him seriously. And when he went to Rockefeller, that was shocking to me how they didn't believe in him at first as an artist.
Right. Because after they signed him.
Yeah. Because what's crazy is before they signed him, they were still getting beats from him.
Yeah.
And when he would try to rap for him, hey, I could rap, I could do this, I could produce, but I could rap too. And he was rapping, but people was leaving the studio.
Exactly.
And he can really spit for real, and he spits real bars. So, and aside all this crazy shit that he does, he actually is somebody that has lyrical talent.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And if he was actually in the right state of mind, he could actually rap. But
no, for sure though. That.
And the thing is, it took him having to go almost getting signed to a different record label for Jay-Z and Dame Dash to really see that he has talent. And what really was crazy is they didn't even see it from there.
No,
they got him as an artist. They shelved him, which means that they signed him. But as far as putting out an album for him, they wasn't going to do that. They were just going to have him in the background or just as a producer when he was signed as an artist.
For real though, it's just.
But when
it's just and that right there is really a shame. Just because for them to even after the accident, in months without communication and talking between his label and him, he had to make the video himself. And I think in the documentary he said it cost around $30,000 or $3,000 out of his own pocket, not even the label.
And what's crazy,
his own pocket.
Right. And what's crazy is that he was signed to these guys, which had millions. Jay-Z was worth millions at the time.
Yep.
Because he was already a high-profile artist.
Yep.
And Dame Dash was worth millions at the time. And he was worth millions because Freeway was doing good. Jay-Z was doing good. And you had Beanie Siegel putting out his projects.
Yeah.
Memphis Bleak putting out his stuff. You know what I mean? Every now and again. But the thing is, he was signed to these guys, and they wasn't even willing to put money behind him. He had to go out of his own pocket to really get his video out there.
Then like the crazy thing about the documentary, I find kind of like where is the fact that Kanye rapped on the spot for Jay-Z and said it was nice, and Jay-Z could have helped help give Kanye that little push of a sense where he could have been like, hey, dang, man, you got to really release this album and stuff, or go to the president. President got to run like, hey, you need to.
And what's crazy
because he saw the talent of his rapping skills, but he was still focused on the producing skills, and then too he was also focused on his stuff just because I know around that time
he was still an artist.
That and also and like also I know like around like that time he was also getting ready to release his album.
Yeah, so because he was still an artist, he needed to release the album.
Exactly.
And the thing is, I heard that Dame Dash was literally begging him to get him some recognition after he heard what came out from Kanye.
Yeah. So I feel like if Jay-Z kind of would have helped Kanye a little bit, not like a sense of like him like getting him out there, but as literally as a sense of going up to the guy, the person, hey, look, y'all need to really move on to Kanye's album.
Yeah, because actually push it up a little more.
Because this album won a Grammy. College Dropout was a phenomenal album from top to bottom.
Exactly,
and it had so much lyricists that was so much songs that was saying something about society and the world that we live in now.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, the stuff that he put out at the time, like, it was real relatable.
Absolutely.
Like, as opposed to like a lot of street shit.
Yeah.
Like, because like a lot of times at that time, Rockefeller Records was pretty much glossy, swaggadocious, money, and street shit and women. But like he wasn't really talking about that. He was talking about going to college, working a 9-to-5 job, hating your boss. You know what I mean? Being in a difficult relationship with your woman.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Like people can relate to shit like that
because
period. That's the average human being
that we go through on a daily basis, not with our lives for real. Our daily lives.
And he's pretty much saying, glitz and glamour ain't all forever.
Exactly. So I really think Jay-Z could have helped into like that. And then then like what I said earlier, I really respected him more as a person that just did not say no, and that got him to being worth $1 billion.
Right.
Now on the way that he loses his crazy mind. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
Right.
But like I will say in that documentary, I did like how the fact that you can see how close him and his mom really was. She brought out the best of him, always reminding him that you got to keep going. Just always reminding him that you just can't give up.
Right, and sky's the limit.
Exactly.
And you get out of life what you put in it.
Exactly. Like I obviously in that documentary, you could tell he loved his mom, and so when she passed, you could really tell how
the shift in like
exactly he was working on lines like that. Especially now I'm talking about stuff that did not make sense, but he was so you definitely tell in the documentary the love for his mom was real.
And like one thing I gotta add on more as far as him getting signed, sometimes it has to take that to take something like that to have somebody really recognize the talent because it'll get them to appreciate him more, saying, "Dag, I was really that close to missing out on something truly special." Yeah. And on top of that, like with him having to grind so hard, even though he was already signed somewhere, it makes it all the sweeter because it makes it that much sweeter because he's gonna appreciate it a lot more because nothing was handed to him. He had to work, scratch, and claw for everything he had.
No, that's that's like really fact. That's facts, and like Kanye just really, really shows that you just gotta just keep going, don't say no,
No matter what,
chase your passion, and then
roads can get hard. You know what I mean? Those roads can get hard, filled with potholes, but you can't let it get in your way.
Exactly. And then like we talked about the shift with Kanye is when his mom just passed because like one, you could tell when it came to the third trilogy, he just didn't seem he just like didn't like in the second trilogy, you could tell that it just seemed like he just wasn't there, like so.
Oh yeah.
Now, like in the third, like you could tell he was kind of getting back to his normal sense.
Yeah.
Of a normal sense, just normal, hanging out at the ranch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I think overall, like a very good documentary. It showed the side of Kanye that I'm pretty sure everybody knew that was there.
Yeah.
But like no one really knew it was there as like person wise.
Yeah.
And then like also watching the documentary, you definitely tell his mom had a big impact on his career, his mindset, his positivity, his energy. She just knew how to say the right things at the right time and with so much wisdom. I think the one part I like about the documentary is when his mom said that you could still be high and on the ground at the same time.
Oh yeah.
I think that kind of shows you should never get too high or too low, because if you get too high, I think that was her way of telling you, get too high, God gonna knock you right back down.
Knock back down the level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just because you can like that tell his mom also believed in God and was religious.
Oh yeah.
And had faith. So that's that's why I really think Kanye.
And in his early music, he was kind of pushing that a little bit, like believing in God, and you could hear it from Jesus Walks. And the thing is, like he said it in one concert that I remember watching. Like he did this one performance, and he was going to play Jesus Walks, and at the time that song, and that song still to this day is a ultra classic.
Yeah.
And he was basically saying that like people talk about everything in this world except for Jesus, especially in the music industry.
Yeah.
They never really speak on it and speak on the truth of the gospel. So he wanted to shed some light on that, at least a little bit. You know what I mean?
No,
and that was very admirable because, speaking on that a lot of times may be unpopular to at least today's society, but it's the truth. God is real. God is good.
Yes.
And if you let him in your life, he will bless you beyond your wildest dreams if you surrender your life to him.
Hey man, you're right. For sure. You definitely gotta walk. I think you gotta walk in Christ and the Lord. And and I know it's hard for some people. And don't get me wrong. At times
it may be hard. Yeah.
It is hard for me. I think I'm getting pretty good at walking that line for Christ, just because I know it's in my mannerisms. I don't really cuss near as much as I used to, and I really do when I do stuff think in a sense, okay, does God want me to do this? Does God don't want me to do this? And I'm at this low point right now.
Yeah.
So this must be God just kind of just testing me.
Yeah.
It's because when I losing a grandma recently, I feel like that was also another test. Just because anybody knows me, that I'm like really like a family guy. Like I don't like, to me having family is the best thing that you ever can have, regardless of your blood or not.
Yeah.
Like, so I think like you should should live life that way. I'm not forcing nobody though, saying they should.
Yeah.
I'm just saying from my perspective, it makes my life better and it makes my mindset better, knowing the fact that there's someone up there that's looking down on us and will
loves us,
will never leave us, and will forgive us for our sins and debts and stuff like that.
Yeah, no doubt. And like that was good that he like put some of that out there, and like a lot of his music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, when it all falls down, diamonds are forever. Like, shoot, everybody know Gold Digger. Like, you know, and
Gold
like
Digger.
Through the Wire is one of his best pieces of work ever.
Oh yeah, no, I feel like for sure that's definitely one of his pieces I feel like will go down in history.
Yeah, like it doesn't get as much recognition as it should, but like that song is a classic.
Oh yeah,
it touches on a lot of stuff
for real,
and like the beat, the timing of it, it was great.
It's perfect, like. No, it's
and nothing that he said was fabricated. Nothing that he said was
exactly
a lie at all.
Exactly, and it's crazy how he got so big, stuff like that, and that kind of gets us to talk about his Danya album. His second one that I don't believe has come out yet. To me, I don't even think it's gonna come out. Yeah. It might, but I don't feel like it's gonna be good. The first one wasn't all that good.
Oh no,
first one was trash. But the point, like, he could put out merch and stuff like that before the album even comes out and still sell out.
Yeah, just because it's Kanye.
That's what happened with the first Donda.
Because just like when Lil Wayne
didn't get out yet, and he put up merch for it, and that crap was sold out.
Yeah, because like what the thing is, like going back to like the 2009 and 2011, 10, 12, and all that. That was like a year of Young Money.
Yeah.
If you was anybody who was anybody in the industry, you was down with Cash Money, Young Money.
Period.
And they can put out anything and sell just because it's Nicki Minaj, just because it's Drake, just because it's Lil Wayne. And people would eat that up because of who it was, the status of their celebrity, and what they know them for.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And the same thing with Kanye, he could put out anything, and he wouldn't even have to put out the album, and he could say the album is on the way, and they'd be eating at it like hotcakes.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get that.
I don't either. And it's crazy because he is a very talented person and a very determined person, and like knowing how far he has come from just being a producer to being one of the best rappers to being this mega entrepreneur and then becoming just flourishing into billionaire status.
Exactly. Off the shoes though. The shoes. I'm never wearing Yeezys. To me, they look kind of stupid. I ain't gonna lie. Like, they look kind of dumb to me. I get that people buy them, athletes buy them. I think Yeezys are stupid.
I do too.
Like,
but the sales of them speak for themselves.
That's
and Diddy, like knowing how Diddy was, like he put out music, clothes like Sean John and all that stuff. And he ain't reached billionaire status until he put out the Ciroc.
Yeah, no, that's true though. That's true. I would never wear Yeezys. I ain't never wear no Yeezys. I can't do it. I'll go out and buy something else, anything else besides Yeezys. I don't care. Yeah. I don't care. But that was Kanye. So on to the next topic. It's about gas, okay? Look, man. It's inflation. It's pissing me off.
Shoot, okay? we just came back. Let me tell you something, y'all. We just came back from the gas station, and gas went up like $4.17, like $4.25.
It's $4.19 at some places. Come on now.
Man, I seen a place where it was almost like $5 in gas.
I'm buying a camel or a horse. I'll walk to it. I might buy a horse. I'll be seeing people on TikTok with some horses when the gas first hit. But hey, man, like, do you think this gas prices? Do you think it's gonna go down? A lot of people said that it's gonna go down eventually. A lot of people say gas is so bad right now due to the war between Ukraine and Russia. A lot of people are blaming Joe Biden, which I don't believe he's going to get second term in office at all, because everybody kind of see the mistakes, really the mistakes he's making. His presidential term, so far the 2 years, gas inflation, things going up. And then too, it just seemed like everything that he said while on a presidential run, he did not mean any of it. He was talking about the whole student loan forgiveness. He ain't really doing that. So like, do you think this gas is gonna go up, down?
Eventually, one day it's gonna go down. I don't know how soon it's gonna go down. I think it's going to be a while before that happens, like a pretty good while. But I feel like it's a combination of both. Like Joe Biden, he makes terrible calls as far as like running the country, and on top of that, the war, because like the prices of gas is going up because of how much gas and fuel they need for their tanks and their planes and their ships and their submarines, so they can do their things, like, and on top of like fuel for their weaponry, you know what I mean? So like, I feel like that's one of the main causes of our gas going so high, because whenever we go into war, gas always goes up.
Yeah, and that's
all the time.
And that's true. And like probably don't help no fact that we actually get oil from Russia.
Yeah,
and they cutting that stuff off. But my thing is that this is why I kind of wish America would do more of, use our own natural resources.
Yeah.
Stop trying to ask other countries for stuff.
Right. So that way we won't owe nobody.
Yeah, I'm tired.
And then on top of that, people won't get mad at us for owing them. And then no war would happen. No, like, people wouldn't have a problem as far as owing us goes. Like,
yeah, because
we would be our own country.
Yeah, like, I really wish like America would actually tap into our own natural resources, and then because I feel like it would be so much better, and I feel like like America's living here would be better. Not saying it's worse, because there's other places where it's a whole lot worse. I just mean in terms of the healthcare would be better.
Yeah.
The pay would be better. The mortgage, the rent.
Yeah, and everything is higher.
Everything's so much higher now. It's just like, how are we supposed to make a suitable living if we're not making enough?
Yeah.
Because it's just ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, and all it takes is for them to realize that.
Yeah.
And get off the bandwagon and actually see what's going on in our country right now, because rent is at an all-time high. The economy, like with the economy right now, it's harder to find a place than to maintain it.
Exactly.
And if that's not the case, it would be just as hard to find a place as well as maintaining it. And then you got gas going up, you got mortgage, you got health care, you got the dental, the medical, and all of that stuff just taking a large portion of your money. And with prices going up on groceries and food and stuff like that, it's getting ridiculous, because people are spending $200, maybe $240 something at the most at a grocery store.
For honestly, because I'm telling you, but if gas go up to $5 or $6, I'm not going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just gonna go home and go to work. That's about it. That's gonna be my mainly
because that's gonna add up.
Yeah, like if I
it's only gonna add up.
No, exactly, man. Like it's just getting so bad. It's just getting so bad. Girl, this is exactly why I wish I was rich. I really do.
Oh, we gonna get there.
We'll get there. We'll get over there. So we gotta talk about the Browns. Me and you are both we were both born in Cleveland.
That's right.
Clean well out. So we gotta talk about the Browns. In fact, they just acquired Deshawn Watson. Now Baker Mayfield is out. I saw this. Actually, no, I didn't.
I thought that sooner or later they was gonna get rid of Mayfield.
Yeah, but like I thought that they was gonna give him at least like this season to actually see what he can do. Like, I mean, I really didn't see them giving him like a full on like a lot of guaranteed money.
Yeah,
I figured they would just sign him for this season and then see what he could do, and then because at least like because at least I would say the last season he hurt his arm.
Yeah,
That's why he was overthrowing the ball a lot, inconsistencies, and it just wasn't there. He wasn't hitting his receivers. I feel like that's like partially the reason why Odell Beckham Jr. left, because he wasn't getting his passing.
yeah.
So he went to the Rams and won Super Bowl out of it. Now, yeah, but I really thought they was gonna give him at least like another, like this season to kind of see what he can do. But it seems like right now, Baker's not feeling the Browns. Browns not feeling Baker, and they just want Deshaun Watson, which a lot of people say he's a better quarterback, and I think he is.
Right.
Do I still think they're gonna go win the Super Bowl or even come close? Maybe come close, but
Maybe.
do I think it was? No. Okay, I don't even like the dang Browns. Okay, I don't think they're gonna win the Super Bowl, and I know that.
I feel like maybe I give it one more year.
One more year.
One more year.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's good that there's rumors that Odell might be coming back,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's because Deshaun Watson's a quarterback, a better one. So I feel like he feels like he's gonna get his targets. And more, Jarvis Landry did possibly may return. He left the test for agency, but there's a chance he might return, which I feel like it'll be good because that's kind of veteran presence. He is a Pro Bowler, 5-time is that. So he does provide some offensive game for him at the receiving end. And then you got Odell. If like Odell comes back, I feel like that's a big help too. Get some targets. But my thing is that my worry about Odell is he gonna get hurt? Because he gets hurt a lot. He's fragile. He got hurt on the Rams, so he didn't really get a chance to play the Super Bowl game because he got hurt. So that's really my big thing about Odell. He's pretty much like an Anthony Davis because of football. Not saying that he's that type of caliber player, but as persons always have injuries, Odell has racked up quite a few injuries through his career. So
yeah,
I think the last time he was injury free was first 3 seasons on the Jets when he had 3,000 yards.
And that was a little bit ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
So, do you think if Odell come back, Jarvis Landry, you got Deshaun Watson, and you still keep the because don't forget you still got Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubbs for the running game. So do you think if Odell come back, Jarvis Landry, you still got the running game and you still got the D line with Myles Garrett? So do you think they got a chance of winning it all the way, or somewhere close?
If they stay injured, if they're injury free. Now I'm not saying that like they won't come with some bumps in the road, but if they like tighten down on their injuries and like make sure they're up on everything other than their running game, but include the running game in it, which is their offensive line as well as their defense, because defense wins championships.
Yeah.
And the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which Mayfield was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they combine all of that up.
Yeah.
They could be a well-oiled machine.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
They definitely can if they really keep the O-line together. Defensive line together, because last season they was like top 3 in defensive stats, stuff like that. Yeah. It's because there was a lot of games where they stopped the pass rushing and stop the zone, stuff like that. So if they kind of going like that, they'll be fine. But we shall wait and see if if Deshaun Watson Deshawn Watson gonna be good. Now, like, do you think with all the allegations against him about the women, like the women's abuse and stuff like that, do you think that's going to take effect on him, like, like mentally, cause like cause because he did like beat the case, but do you think that's gonna like affect his game? Is he gonna think about that at times?
He might think about that at times because with that comes with a lot of pressure, and that comes with with a lot of trauma sometimes. Because like with a lot of stuff like that, you go through a lot. You go through court. Possibly almost doing jail time, and if you go down, especially if you're a high profile celebrity or player, athlete, whatever, you're going down for a heck of a long time. And on that, and like with that running through his head, that might have messed him up a little bit. And on top of that, the slander that he might have been going through, as far as just going out of his house, paparazzi probably up in his face, other people probably rolling up at him like while he's at a stoplight, slandering him and stuff like that. It probably gets to him, but but at the same time, people always talk bad about somebody's team. People always talk bad about this and that. You can't really let that throw you off your game. You know what I mean? You got to push through it, and you beat the case, so that should be a win within itself.
That's true. I would say, like, wait, who you got for Super Bowl this season? I got two teams. I don't know why I keep going with this one team because they've let me down for the past 2 seasons. I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I don't know why. I think I'm just low key bandwagon a little bit. I think I'm just low key bandwagon. And 2, I gotta go with the. I would say Chiefs, but they're in the same division. Actually, no, they're not. I don't think so. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Ravens or Chiefs. I'm not going with Tampa Buccaneers because I don't like Tom Brady. But it's pretty much, for me, Ravens or Chiefs.
I don't really got one this year, but only time will tell. Because but next episode I'll have one. I guarantee you.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out next episode which one's fake. And then as we continue to talk about sports and Cavs, let's talk about the Cavs, man. So far, they're 7 seed.
Yep.
And this is really, it's been a while since the Cavs have a winning season without LeBron.
Yeah.
So, do you think that Cavs have the potential? Me personally, I don't think they got a potential win all this year. Only just because when they get into playoffs this year, a lot of those players, actually pretty much, really all the players except for Kevin Love are going to have experience in the playoffs. Like, so, Darius Gardner, Isaac Arcuro, Evan Mobley, who's my rookie of the year. But a lot of those players haven't had the experience of being in playoffs and understand what to do when the pressure's on. Because in playoffs, every play counts, and every stop counts, and every mess up counts.
Yeah.
So, like, do you think the Cavs got the chance to kind of win it all the way?
I feel like maybe next year.
Yeah.
But at the same time, only time will tell. Because, like I say, like with that, the pressure is on. But sometimes working with pressure is like having your back against the wall. Yeah. And a lot of times that's when people work the best.
No, that's true too.
And it brings out the best in them. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. I don't lie. They definitely. They're not my pick though. I say East. East is gonna be the Brooklyn Nets or the Sixers come out the East. West is
I feel the same.
West is gonna be either I don't know. The West is pretty interesting. You got the Phoenix Suns. You have I would say Golden State, but Steph Curry's out. So their chances it's kind of iffy to me. Not to make playoffs, but in the sense of making it all the way. But you got Phoenix Suns who are just red hot. You got the Bulls. You just got on the West Side a little stiffer competition. So who knows who's gonna come out the West Side? We don't know. But I want to say Phoenix. I would pick Lakers, but they're trash right now. So
No,
I can't really pick them. I can't really pick them.
No, pick the Jazz.
I